What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Radiant Thoughts Podcast. It's your favorite host, KP.
It's your girl, Tori J.
And we back with another episode for y'all. And before we go any further, you know what I'm saying? It's June 9th. In 3 days, it's your boy birthday. You know what I'm saying? I turned a big 2-4. Big 2-4. So happy birthday to me. I want y'all to drop some happy birthdays in the comments. Y'all don't drop nothing else in the comments. At least put some happy birthdays in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Celebrate my 24th birthday with me. You know what I'm saying? But let's get into this topic. So today, we want to know, should you focus more on living in the now, enjoying the things in the present, or should you be focused more on the future? So I'm gonna pass that to you. So how do you feel like you live more so than the other? Which one you choose?
I feel like I've always been the person that focused on the future. Mm-hmm. And so now lately, I'd say the last maybe year-ish, I've been more so leaning towards living more in the moment. But I feel like you should have a good balance, but I do feel like more of the, if you do 60-40, it should be more in the present than in the
So you think you should focus more on the present than
I think just because
future?
When you try to focus so much on the future, you I don't know, you don't enjoy the moments that you're having now. So then once you get to that point, it's oh, that happened. It's kind of a blur in a way. You know what I mean? Because you didn't take the time to enjoy, or even just simple stuff. I'm not saying every day now go do some crazy stuff.
Well, 60-40 is more so heavily
I'm not saying
on the present though.
In the sense of going out and partying and stuff, but just experiences and all of that type of thing.
Soak it in.
Because I feel like I struggle with this myself, and you probably can attest to it. If there's opportunities for us to go do something fun versus no, I need to be saving money to do this. I feel like you miss out on stuff sometimes. Which, I mean, I know we had the episode. But, you know what I'm saying, though? Every single time, because I think people get so consumed in, the goal that it's, every time I'm going to say no. You're never going to have, any experiences.
No, you will. So I guess we're on two different sides of the coin on this one. So I feel like until you were capable of doing it, 2-3 times over, you shouldn't do it. Or you shouldn't now that's goes into what you were just talking about as far as if we want to go take a trip or something, and right. That's completely different. But I feel like when you have certain milestones that you reach, yeah, you enjoy them. But I think when you said 60-40 in the present, I feel like if you're more so in the present, then you're kind of losing sight a little bit of where you're trying to go. So every little milestone that we reach, I think should be set up for a greater goal. And so that's how I kind of look at my, life. Everything I have, okay, this is a check mark that I want to reach. This is a checkpoint that I want to reach. I'm going to enjoy that, but I'm not going to sit there too long. Because if you sit too long, I feel like that's what causes you to get lazy, and you don't.
Are you saying in the rewarding phase, sitting too long?
Not necessarily just in even the rewarding phase, the entire thing. If it's 60% more towards the present, I feel like more your focus is gonna be on the present. I think we should be doing what we need to do in the present, but I think our sights should always be set on where we're trying to go, especially when you do have huge goals that you're trying to reach. You can't really be sitting in the now. I mean,
I get that. I just think, I said, I think we just get too consumed in the goal where it's you're just, I don't know, I feel like I don't know how to really explain it.
I think so. What you kind of getting at, so we see all the time where I see it's a video, and it's just an animated video of a person. Some money dangling in front of him, and he's constantly chasing after the money, and it's a hole in front of him, and he's chasing after the money so much, and then he's just falling out, and you're dead. So if you chase money or whatever your entire life, and then at a certain point you don't even get the chance to enjoy it, then you just what is this all for? Yeah. So I think there obviously should be some sort of balance. I don't think you spend your entire life doing that, but to set you up. Like at our age, as like, young adults, when you're 20, when you're coming out of high school, I feel like everything should be intentional on setting yourself up for your future. So I think that's why I look so much towards the future, because I know I want certain things. So if I know I want these certain extravagant things, if I want to take trips whenever I want, if I don't want to have to work until I'm 70, if I want to be able to buy whatever I want without having to worry about anything, then I know I got to put in a certain amount of work now to be able to get to where I want to be, in the long term. So that's why I think always have my sights set on the future. Because I think if you're just focusing on now, you're going to like get beat.
I mean, I'm not saying only focus on the now, but just like, okay, in the sense of, I guess, how do you feel about this question? Well, not question, but how when people be like, oh, like your teens and your like early 20s, that's the time you're supposed to be like, having fun, like doing all the great things and da 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 da. But it's like, okay, I want to make sure I'm set for like my 30s so I can continue to do the same thing.
Right.
But then also, while I don't have kids, while I don't have all these responsibilities, while I don't have all this stuff, take advantage of the time now. I feel like it's, for me, I just like
you have to find, I think you have to find some sort of like balance to it. But I think if there's no discipline or if there's no like cutoff point to it, that's when you fall into the, realm of not being able to set yourself up. And I think you have, depending on what you're doing, I ain't just gonna say everything's like this, but like the certain stuff that we seen people grow up doing when they want to have fun leads to situations that I'm just saying, like what we seen growing up based on like our own circumstance, our personal situations, what we seen people doing led them down roads that hard to recover from, or you can't physically even recover from it. So like I would rather not take that route. Now like the routes that may not be that crazy, it's like, okay, you can go have it, a little fun here and there. Like, because I know with you, when you do something, you like to go out and like kind of just get a little relief and go to the bar or something like that. You just relaxing. It ain't like this no big deal, but I think that's acceptable. Kind of take your time back and just kind of enjoy it real quick, but like, okay, I got to get back on this grind. But I think people that constantly want that break, they don't really want the goal that they're setting out for. So
I know, like, I've seen this on like Instagram and like TikTok. It would be like, sit out your 20s so you can enjoy your 30s. I don't feel like that's, I don't know, I feel like that is boring. Not boring, I shouldn't say that.
I mean, it can be boring.
Like, I don't know, I feel like you should be able to enjoy your 20s and further enjoy your 30s. Like, I don't know, I don't like the idea of like,
let me ask this.
Let me sit down for 8 to 10 years and not enjoy my life to be able to enjoy my life when I'm older.
Gotcha. But let me ask you this though. What average 20 to 25 year old really has the capabilities of really actually enjoying their life that young? Like monetary wise, to be able to go do the certain things. I mean, like you can go do stuff, but when you go do those things, you're hindering yourself. Like credit card debt is at an all-time high. Like, so if I have to go, this is just me thinking logically, if I have to go take a credit card to go pay for something that I can't afford, why am I doing it?
That's
but that's what people are doing. Yeah, that's what happens. Like, that's what people are doing. Like, they take, oh no, just go take that trip, go do this, but there's consequences that come with the things that you want to go do. Just because I'm 20, I want to live my life. Now, we do things, we go find our little, pockets of fun and go do certain stuff. And I think that's perfectly fine, like how we do things. But at the same time, you want to be able to, this is how I look at it. I know I want a family.
Right.
So when I'm in my 30s and I got a family, I would rather have all the work done ahead of time because I know what I want at the end. So if I know I want to be able to be with my kids and my wife as much as possible and be able to take care of everything we, got planned or got going on, and I BS early to where now I can enjoy those things later on, then I kind of set myself up for failure. But that's me knowing what I want. I think a lot of people don't know what they want, so they more so focus on, well, I'm just gonna have fun right now. Yeah. And I think that's what the problem is.
I mean, I feel like if you, of course, don't have the money to go do stuff, you shouldn't be, that's not your main focus. But like in the sense of like, even before, like I feel like we were making a decent amount of money before like real life actually kicked in. And like, we didn't take like a bunch of trips. We took like a couple. But like in the sense of people who are always traveling or like always doing that kind of stuff. And like, I feel like I struggle with that because like I be wanting to travel, but I'm like, okay, I need to be saving money because we want to do this and next year we want to do this and next year. And I be feeling guilty for trying to have fun or like trying to plan stuff because I be thinking about, that's what I'm saying. It consumes so much.
Yeah, that's a real emotion for sure. Because sometimes like even I've had this feeling a lot lately. When we were discussing about going to Texas for was it the 1st of July, beginning of July, and I'm like, I want to go, I really do want to go, but I'm saving money for building up my savings, and I'm like, okay, this is my main focus right now. I can't really take from that to go to Texas for however long we were going to go. And then I'm thinking about, I'm like, but that put me in a different mindset because I felt like that was so effed up that I can't, like, I don't have it to just go do, but I have to realize like, all right, sometimes you really got to sacrifice stuff for certain stuff. But it made me feel like that same feeling that you had, like, okay.
At what point is it too much sacrifice?
Yeah, but I know that is what I wanted. The goal that I was trying to reach, that I eventually did reach, that is what I like. I was laser focused, locked in on it, but I felt guilty because I couldn't give you what you wanted. But at the end of the day, I'm like, and it was also like, dang, I got to ask an employer to do this, and I was finna leave a job to go. And it was like, it was so much, and I'm like, I felt real guilty because I wasn't able to give you what you wanted. And it's like, dang, what do I have to do to be able to, going forward, that isn't an issue. And so I think my mindset is more so geared around like, okay, how can I not make that be a thing again? Because that feeling I felt, and I don't even think I ever voiced that to you, but that feeling I felt about that, I'm like, bro, I gotta say no to like saying, like, it's weird knowing you want to go, but I'm like, okay, I can go, but my situation might be a little, I might be hindered here, and I'm got to thinking, I'm like, and so that's why for me, it's always like, all right, when I'm like, got the complete freedom to just be like, all right, I can do whatever I want to do. I ain't worried about no money. I already got my savings. I already got whatever I want to invest in. I already got whatever. I ain't got to worry about asking an employer that, hey, can I have these days off, or can I do this or that? And it just, that's my mind frame towards stuff, to just be able to be like in a position to not have to even like question it. But yeah, that feeling for sure is real, because I was like, bro, I think I was talking to EJ. I'm like, he said, yeah, I bet that feel kind of bad, man. I'm like, yeah, it do, man, because like I don't want to say just like we can't do this, but at the same time, I know I had a goal, so I'm like, I can't sacrifice this goal because that goal that I'm reaching was for something greater than to just go have that.
Well, that's a short-term goal, so I feel like that's a little bit different than what, you know what I mean? Like what we were discussing before, just like waiting for like that, like something like that. I understand, but like if that was the case and like this, what you're doing now isn't happening right now, but say you're trying to do this in 10 years and you said no to the trip. That's what I'm saying. Like, at what point is that
at
too
what
much
point
sacrifice?
Is it too much sacrifice? I think it's just in the parameters that you set. Because I think some people really sit down and create plans of how they want their lives to work, and they literally go play by play of that plan.
I feel like that's why my mindset changed though, because I was like that, and then
the plan got disrupted. The plan gets messed up.
And then after that, I just was like, I don't know.
What's the point of it? Yeah, I think we had the conversation before. You were just like, I did all of this, and I was like,
yeah, because that was the first time that has ever happened to me. Like, everything that I have planned, like, me and my parents have always been like that. Like, even with my sisters, like, at this point, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this, and then you're gonna do this. And everything always worked out, and then
one time it didn't.
Yeah, literally, whole world upside down. Like, I don't know. I just feel like ever since then, I just try not to focus so much on
setting a plan.
That,
but
I mean, I have it, but it's not like.
So for me, I like things. I found out about myself like kind of recently. I like things. Well, I don't think very recently, but I like things very detailed and structured. And I
feel like you're where I was, and now I'm getting out of it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. See, but like, I went from high school and like all coming up, it was all structure. Everything was all structure.
Yeah.
10th grade, when I went to SVSU for the early college program, wide open. I had all this free time because I basically was like a college student. And I was like, there was no set time blocks to do certain things. And I messed up, went back to high school, and then I got back to college, and I was like, all right, did a little better, but it still was like wide open. So college, I didn't really have that set time block structure. This is what I'm doing this time, this is what I'm doing this time. And so when I started doing that for myself now, or like when I give myself a plan, like, all right, I'm saving $100 out of each check for the next however many weeks, that's what my mind is set on. Or if I say I can't do this for this amount of time, that is what my mind is set on. And so when I set my mind, like, it works. Like that works for me. And so not in the sense of like, I think you should plan out your life or how you think, you know, but like we talked about before, you know, roadblocks come, stuff will happen. Everything doesn't go as planned, which go watch that video. Everything doesn't go as planned. You just got to learn how to maneuver through it. You can't give up. And I think that's kind of what you start. You're like, well, whatever. If things are going to go wrong, I might as well have fun. And it's like, no, how I look at it when things went wrong for me, how do I maneuver through it and find another way to get back on track? Because my end goal is still my end goal. Yeah. So if your end goal is still your end goal, I feel like you should, you know, figure out a way to recalibrate and get back to where that end goal.
I mean, I feel like I'm back at that point now, but I still feel like I'm not as
like go about that.
Yeah, as I was before, just because I don't want to be in that place again.
I mean, but adversity comes. You're gonna have to deal with adversity regardless. I mean, that definitely was a learning
moment for me, but I don't want to feel like that again.
I understand for sure, because it's a weird and hard situation to get through. Because me, even with not being a college graduate, in my head, all I knew was like, yeah, I'm going to college and I'm gonna graduate.
Yeah.
And then when that didn't happen for me, when I chose to do something else, it was like that wasn't in the plans at all. Me doing carpentry was not in the plans. Me driving trucks absolutely was not in the plan, but like I like it.
Yeah.
I actually like driving trucks now, and it's like, it's crazy. Never would have thought. So you never know where you're gonna land or why a mishap happens somewhere. Might be leading you to, you know, a door closed, another door might open for you.
Yeah.
Like that ghost that just tried to get in here before the episode started. I think it's all a part of the, you know, journey. It's all necessary. But to get back to kind of what we was talking about, that's why I really focus so much on like my future, because when my future gets here, I want to just be able to chill.
Yeah.
You know, when I reap the benefits of the work I put in, I think it's gonna be worth it. You know, I think in the end, it's all gonna be worth it. And so many times I hear about, you know, and I think I spoke on this on the episode before too, just when we hear about the people like, oh yeah, I should have just been doing this when I was your age. But I think also where we come from, everything is a little bit more exaggerated than how every other people like they deal with stuff. Like their distractions are a lot different than what our distractions were coming up. So I feel like I knew I didn't want that path. So I gotta take this path. Like there's no, and I can't straddle the fence. I feel like you either go or you don't.
Yeah. And
that's kind of how I looked at my life going forward. So, and it's been working for me. I don't know, you know, but like you said, everybody different. Everybody had their different takes on the situation. So
let us know what y'all think. Do you think that it should be a healthy balance between like living in the moment and also focusing on your future, or should it be one focused on more than the other? Because I feel like everybody might have a different opinion on that just based on their circumstances or whatever. So let us know what y'all think in the comments.
Let us know. Drop a comment below.
And
tag
wish
us.
my man a happy birthday.
Yeah, wish me a happy birthday, the happiest birthday. It's my Kobe year, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to the Mamba. But yeah, so drop a comment below. Let us know, like, subscribe, share it out to all your peoples. And yeah, like she said, let us know what, you know, should you live in the present, focus more on the present stuff, or should you be focused on your future? What's the balance?
Or should there be a balance of both? Fun, business in the front, party in the back.
Business in the front, party in the back. What they talk about people hairstyles, business in the front, party. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, let us know, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in to this week's episode. We're gonna catch y'all next Sunday. Peace.